Hello and welcome to this crochet lace tutorial. Today we are on issue 18 of Crochet Lace magazine and we're making our 16th square, which is this lovely all white lace flower motif. We're going to be using lots of cluster stitches again to make these lovely scalloped shell motifs around our central flower. It's a really pretty, simple design to make this one. So I hope you'll enjoy making it with me today. Shall we have a look what we'll need to get started? For this square, we're just going to need our white cotton yarn, our 1.75mm crochet hook, a pair of scissors, and our yarn needle. As usual, we're going to start with a magic ring. Make a cross on 2 fingers. Turn your hand over, go under the first loop and pick up the second and make a little twist on your hook. Then make a slip knot with the yarn just there. You can then take it off your fingers and it's ready to use. We're going to start with chain 3. And that counts as our first treble. We're then going to work 23 treble into the ring. When you've worked your 23 treble into the ring, you can pull your magic ring a little bit tighter. It won't go fully closed because of the amount of stitches we have in there. We can then join with a slip stitch to the top of our starting chain. And that is our round 1. Round 2, we're going to start with chain 3. We're then going to work a treble stitch in the next stitch. We're then going to start our repeat for this round, which is chain 5, miss the next stitch and work treble in the next 2 stitches. So that is our repeat for this round. We're going to chain 5, miss the next stitch and work treble in the next 2 stitches. We're going to do that 7 times in total and I'll show you what it looks like when we've done that and how we finish off the round. When you've worked that repeat a total of 7 times, we're going to chain 2 and we're going to join to the top of our starting chain with a treble. And that is round 2. Round 3, we're going to start with chain 1 and we're not counting that as a stitch this time. We're then going to work 2 double crochet in the same chain space. We're then going to start our repeat for this round. So working 2 double crochet in the next 2 treble stitches. Then in the chain space, we're working 2 double crochet. Chain 3 and another 2 double crochet. So that is our repeat for this round. So it's 2 double crochet in the next 2 treble stitches and then 2 double crochet, chain 3, 2 double crochet in the next 5 chain space. We're going to be doing that again a total of 7 times. So I'll show you what it looks like when we've done that. When you've worked that repeat a total of 7 times, we're going to work another 2 double crochet in the next 2 treble. Then we're going to finish with 2 double crochet in the chain space. We're going to chain 1 and we're going to join to our starting chain with a half treble. And that is round 3. Round 4, we're going to start with chain 2. We're then going to work a treble 2 stitch cluster in the same space. So work your treble as normal up to the last 2 loops, leave those on the hook, and we're going to work 2 trebles into that same space. So you're going to have 3 loops left on your hook, go round and through all 3, That is our treble 2-stitch cluster, and with our starting chain it counts as our first treble 3-stitch cluster. We're then going to chain 2 and work a treble 3-stitch cluster in the same space. So with the treble 3-stitch cluster, you're just working 3 trebles, leaving the last 2 loops of the stitch on the hook. You're going to have 4 loops when you've done 3, round and through all 4. We're then going to chain 2. We're now going to start our repeat. So our repeat starts with 2 double crochet in the double crochet that are on top of our treble stitches here. So we're keeping this band going. So we're doing 2 double crochet. So 1 and 2. And then we chain 2 again, which takes us to our next chain space. And in our chain space, we're working 1 treble 3-stitch cluster, chain 2 3 times. So treble 3-stitch cluster, chain 2, and we're doing that 3 times. We're then going to miss the next 2 stitches, and that is our repeat. So our repeat is double crochet in the next 2 double crochet stitches. It's these 2 that are above the trebles just here. Then chain 2, then 1 treble 3-stitch cluster, chain 2 3 times in the next 3 chain space. Then miss the next 2 double crochet. So that is our repeat, and we need to do it 6 more times. So again, 7 times in total, and I'll show you what it looks like when we've done that. When you've worked that repeat 6 more times, we're working 2 double crochet in the next 2 double crochet stitches. So again, it's those ones above the trebles. And we're going to chain 2. We're going to work 1 last 3-stitch cluster in this first chain space we were in. We're going to chain 2 and slip stitch to the top of our first cluster. And that is round 4. Round 5, we're going to start with chain 1. We're then going to work 1 double crochet, chain 7 and 1 double crochet in the top of our cluster stitch. So where we've ended the round. So 1 double crochet, chain 7, and another double crochet just in the top there. We're going to work 2 double crochet in the chain space between clusters. And then we're going to chain 9. We're going to miss our next 2 chain spaces, and we're going to work 2 double crochet in our next chain space. So again, it's in between the clusters. And that is our repeat. So I'll show it to you one more time. So we're working in the top of our middle cluster, working 1 double crochet, chain 7 and another double crochet. Then 2 double crochet in the next 2 chain space and chain 9. And then you're going to miss your next 2 chain spaces. So that is our repeat. We're going to work it another 6 times, so 7 times in total, and I'll show you what it looks like when we've done that. When you've worked that repeat 7 times, we're going to end with a slip stitch into our starting chain, which is just here. And then we're going to slip stitch in the next 2 stitches till we get to our next 7 chain space. And that's where we're going to leave the round, and that is round 5. Round 6, we're going to start with chain 3. counts as our first treble. We're then going to work 6 trebles in that same chain space. Chain 2, then work 1 double crochet, chain 3 times in the next 9 chain space. So 1 double crochet, chain 3, and we're doing it 3 times. Then finally, another double crochet in the same chain space. Chain 2, and we're going to work 7 trebles in the next 7 chain space. And that is our repeat for this round. So our repeat is chain 2, then work 1 double crochet, chain 3 times in the next 9 chain space, and another double crochet in the same 9 chain space. Chain 2, and then 7 trebles in the next 7 chain space. We're going to work that 6 more times, and I'll show you what it looks like when we've done that. When you've worked that repeat 6 more times, we're going to chain 2. We're going to work 1 double crochet, chain 3 times in the next 9 chain space. And another double crochet in the same chain space. And then to join, we're going to chain 2. And we're going to slip stitch to the top of our starting 3 chain. That is round 6 complete. Round 7 starts with 4 chain. And that counts as our first treble and chain 1. We're then going to treble in the next treble stitch. We're then going to work chain 1 and treble in the next treble stitch 5 times. That should leave you with 7 trebles with 1 chain between them. We're then going to start our repeat with chain 2. Double crochet in the middle 3 chain space. So miss 1 and go in the middle 1. Chain 2. Treble in the next treble stitch. Then chain 1 and treble in the next stitch 6 times. So again, you'll end up with 7 trebles with 1 chain in between them over the 7 trebles from round 6. So that is our repeat. We're working chain 2, and then double crochet in the middle 3 chain space, chain 2, and then work 1 treble in the next treble, and then work chain 1, 1 treble in the next treble 6 times. That is our repeat. We're going to work it 6 more times, and I'll show you what it looks like when we've done that and how we finish off the round. When you've worked the repeat 2 times, work another chain 2, double crochet in the middle 3 chain space, and chain 2. We're then going to finish with a slip stitch to the 3rd chain in our 4th chain start, so just here. That is round 7 completed. Round 8, we're going to start by slip stitching into the 1st chain space, just here. We're then going to chain 2, and then work a treble 2-stitch cluster in the same chain space. So again, 2-stitch cluster, we're working treble up to the last 2 loops. We're doing that twice. You'll have 3 loops round through all 3. That is our treble 2-stitch cluster. And with our starting chain 2, that counts as our first treble 3-stitch cluster. We're then going to chain 3. And we're going to work a treble 3-stitch cluster in the next 1 chain space. We're going to do that 5 times. So treble 3-stitch cluster, again, we're just doing the same thing. We're working our trebles up to the last 2 loops. Doing that 3 times. You'll have 4 loops on the hook when you've done 3 treble stitches. Go round and through all 4 loops and chain 3. We're going to do that 5 times. When you've done that 5 times, you'll have 6 cluster stitches, 1 in each of the chain spaces between the trebles from the previous round. And then I'm going to chain 7. And we're going to work our next cluster stitch in the first 1 chain space after the next treble. We're then going to work chain 3 and 1 treble 3-stitch cluster in the next 1 chain space 5 times, so like we did around here. So chain 3 and then a treble 3-stitch cluster. And we're going to do that 5 times. So again, after you've done that 5 times, you'll have a total of 6 cluster stitches, 1 in every chain space with chain 3 between them. You're then going to chain 5 and work 1 treble 3-stitch cluster in the next 1 chain space. So that is our repeat for this round. And what we're doing is we're working chain 3, then 1 treble 3-stitch cluster in the next 1 chain space, and we're doing that 5 times. We then chain 7 and work 1 treble 3-stitch cluster in the next 1 chain space. Then chain 3, 1 treble 3-stitch cluster in the next 1 chain space 5 times again. Then chain 5 and 1 treble 3-stitch cluster in the next 1 chain space. So that is our repeat. You just need to remember that one gap has a 7 chain space and the other gap has a 5 chain space, but otherwise we're just working those cluster stitches in our 1 chain spaces. So that is our repeat. We need to work it twice more, and then we can go ahead and work a partial repeat. So it's the first half of our repeat we need to work for our partial repeat, taking us around our set of trebles and 1 chain spaces. So I'll meet you back here when we've done that and show you how we finish off the round. When you've worked that repeat twice more and your partial repeat, to join we need to chain 2, and then we're going to work 1 treble into our second starting chain, so just here. And that is round 8. Round 9, and on this round we're going to start turning our lovely flower motif into a square. So we're going to start with chain 1 and double crochet in the same space. We're then going to chain 7. We're going to miss our first 3 chain space and work 1 double crochet in the next. We're going to do that twice. So chain 7 again. Miss the 3 chain space and double crochet in the next. Chain 7. We're going to miss our next 3 chain space, and then we're going to work in our 7 chain space, and we're going to work 1 double treble 3 stitch cluster, chain 7, and another double treble 3 stitch cluster. So double treble 3 stitch cluster, you're going around the hook twice and working a double treble as normal up to the last 2 loops. Leave those on the hook and then work another double treble. Leave it up to the last part of the stitch again. We're doing that 3 times in total. So you'll have 4 loops left on your hook, go round and through all 4 loops. That is your double treble 3 stitch cluster. We then chain 7. And we're going to work another double treble 3 stitch cluster in the same space. So again, round the hook twice. So that is 1 double treble 3 stitch cluster, chain 7, and another double treble 3 stitch cluster in our 7 chain space. We then chain 7. Miss the next 3 chain space and double crochet in the next 3 chain space, and we're going to do that twice again. Chain 7. And then work 1 double crochet in our 5 chain space. So that is our repeat for this round, and we're working chain 7, miss the next 3 chain space, 1 double crochet in the next 3 chain space, and we're doing that twice. Then chain 7, miss the next 3 chain space, and double treble 3 stitch cluster, chain 7, double treble 3 stitch cluster in the next 7 chain space. Then chain 7, miss the next 3 chain space, and double crochet in the next 3 chain space. We're doing that twice again. And chain 7, 1 double crochet in the next 5 chain space. That is our repeat. We need to work it twice more. Then we need to do a partial repeat. So our partial repeat, we want to work just as we would do a normal repeat, but we're going to end it before the last chain 7 of the repeat. So if you want to go ahead and do that, I'll show you what it looks like when we've done that and how we finish off the round. When you've worked that repeat twice more in your partial repeat, we're going to chain 3. And we're going to end with a double treble to our starting chain. So round the hook twice, into our starting chain, which is hiding just here, and work a double treble. And that is round 9 complete. And you can now see it's starting to look a bit more square shaped. We've put in these new corners here. Round 2, we're going to start with chain 1 and double crochet in the same space. We're then going to chain 7 and work double crochet in the next 7 chain space 4 times. When you've done that 4 times, we're going to work a chain 7 and 1 double crochet in the same chain space. That's our corner space. We're then going to start our repeat for this round, which is chain 7 and double crochet in the next 7 chain space. We're going to do it 7 times, and then chain 7 and double crochet in the same 1 chain space for our corner. So that is our repeat, and we're going to be working it twice more, and I'll show you what it looks like when we've done that. When you've worked the repeat twice more, we need to work chain 7 and double crochet in the next 7 chain space another 2 times. Then to finish, we chain 3 and end with a double treble into our starting chain. That is round 10 complete. Round 11, we're going to start with chain 1 and double crochet in the same chain space. We're then going to work it very similar to round 10, but it's chain 5 this time. So chain 5 and double crochet in the next 7 chain space. We're going to do it 5 times. When you've done that 5 times, you'll be in a corner space. In the corner space, we're going to chain 3 and double crochet in the same space. We're then going to start our repeat for this round. So our repeat is chain 5 and double crochet in the next 7 chain space, and we're going to do that 8 times. Then we're going to work our corner, working chain 3 and double crochet in the same 7 chain space, just like we've just done. So that is our repeat. We're going to work it twice more, and I'll show you what it looks like when we've done that and how we join the round. When you've worked that repeat twice more, we can work chain 5 and double crochet in the next 7 chain space another 2 times. Then chain 5 and finish with a slip stitch to your starting chain. That is round 11 complete. Round 12 is our border round, and it starts with chain 1 and double crochet in that double crochet stitch just there. We're then going to work 5 double crochet in the 5 chain space and 1 double crochet in the next double crochet. We're going to do that 5 times. Then in the corner 3 chain space, we're going to work 2 double crochet, chain 1 and 2 double crochet. And 1 double crochet on the double crochet the other side. And then we start our repeat for this round, which is 1 double crochet in the next double crochet, which is what I've just done. Then 5 double crochet in the next 5 chain space and 1 double crochet in the next double crochet. You're going to work that 8 times. Then you're going to work 2 double crochet, 1 chain, 2 double crochet in the corner 3 chain space. You're going to repeat that twice more and then do a partial repeat. So you're working 1 double crochet in the next double crochet, then 5 double crochet in the next 5 chain space 3 times. Finally, you can join with a slip stitch, and I'll meet you back here when we've done that and we can have a look at our completed square. And here we have our finished square, and isn't it looking absolutely lovely? I really do like these single coloured squares. I think they're so much fun to create. I've already gone ahead and given mine a press and I've woven in my ends, but if you haven't done that yet, go ahead and do it now. Then we just need to pop a number on with our square so we can store it with our others. This one is square number 16, so pop a number 16 in the corner. And then it can go away with our other squares ready to be joined together. But that is it for the tutorial today. So I really hope you've enjoyed making your square with me, and I hope you'll join me for the next one. Thank you very much for watching. Goodbye.